Take after your father. Christian Daily Devotion. Scripture reference, 1 John 2:6. He who says he abides in him ought himself also to walk just as he walked. We are able to trace the traits a child possesses to his/her older family members. When a child is born, we often try to figure out who amongst the parents that child looks like the most. Whose genes are more predominant? Whose hair shape does the child inherit? We even try to link the child's physical appearance to not just the parents, but to other family members. An uncle's ears, a grandmother's eyeballs, the shape of a cousin's nose, and the likes. This is natural human instinct, and if anything, it shows and really shows that the child is a member of the family. This does not stop at physical appearances. As the child grows and starts to exhibit certain behavioral tendencies, people around try to trace it to family members. That temper, that incredible sense of affection, that fantastic cooking skill, that sense of financial judgment, that sense of humor. Once a child starts to exhibit any of these, other members of that family can say, "Oh, that's how his father is," or "Oh, she takes after her grandmother." Because of the genes inherent in that child, it is only natural that at some point, they act out or live out these behavioral patterns, whether good or bad. At salvation, we receive the Zoe, and inherent in the life of God is His DNA. We have received God's makeup and behavioral pattern. We have received the very essence that makes Him act the way He does. We have received God's genes. What this would mean is that in appearance and character, we must resemble our daddy. There must be a striking resemblance between God and us in all we do. The fruit of the Spirit is love, as we see in Galatians 5:22. This must be our trademark. Love is who Abba is, hence it must be who we are. Let's see something in Romans 8:29. It says, "For whom He did foreknow, He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brethren." Take note of the highlighted part of the text. Genesis 1:26 says, "And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Again, note the highlighted part. All men were made in the image of God, but the trademark of a believer is that he is constantly conforming to that image. The idea is that we grow up to be just like Jesus, and when men look at Him and look at us, there is no difference whatsoever. It's not enough to only ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? We must also ask ourselves, what would Jesus not do? We are Jesus Christ on earth, and if that is so, we must not do what the Jesus in heaven wouldn't do. Affirmation. I affirm that I am God's child, therefore I act like Him in all things. I am becoming more and more like Him daily. I live the very life of God, as God would have me live it. Glory.